Hey there, and welcome back. This is DM Alan. Let's get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage. Today's fight is gonna be a good one. It's Gideon once more, the victorious, with a white dragon.
So at that moment, Palami walks in to the teleportation room where you guys are all congregated at. I am going to hang out at the Gleam Tower for a while.
A white dragon! It's attacking the town!
The dragon passes by you, and it freezes around your arm.
And I roar and throw the ballista at the dragon.
So you shoot it, and you shoot it like right where you shot it just before, and it must have hit something vital. It banks to the right, and it like folds its wings in, and as it does, it smashes into Gleam Tower, cracking it in half, and the tower breaks to the side. So, we are going to start off tonight with Tin and Keo real quick. Tin, in front of you is the capsized ship, and all the sailors that had made it back to the ship are hanging by the safety net that you guys had commissioned forever ago. It's got almost like a flat side to it now, where the weight has kind of like crushed some bits of it. It is not like flat. It's not completely flattened, but it's definitely dented in that round part of the side of the ship. And
no longer seaworthy?
It might be no longer seaworthy.
Good thing we don't usually
travel by sea.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. Rivers. We don't need rivers.
Yes.
Yeah. Just 1.21 gigawatts of heat for our balloon.
With the fight ending, it starts to come into your mind that Nymeria is in this ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
My first action is find Nymeria. I sprint to the ship. Is there a hole in the side? Or
Kinian punched a hole in it.
So you've got access.
Yeah.
So I won't climb all the way up. I'll just climb into the hole. Presumably that's somewhat somewhat direct route to where I would normally think Nymeria to be.
Yeah, so imagine like a ship on its side, and there's like debris everywhere, and there's this hole on the main deck, and you're running up and you're clambering up all this debris, this wood, all these barrels and stuff, and you climb into this broken hole, and you're looking around, and you're seeing a lot of the oil lamps hanging. Some of them are threatening to start burning the wood around them because they're close to what would be the ceiling now. You see Nymeria there under a bunch of rope and barrels and things like that, not too far from Manette's shop.
I will take out my short sword and start cutting through the rope, because I'm assuming she's like tangled in it.
Yeah, she looks unconscious.
While we were fighting, she was playing with a ball of twine.
Yes. Yeah. So you start cutting at that, and then Keo, you are on.
Yeah, I'm a ways away on the docks.
Yeah, you're a ways away. But something is rolling towards you. One of the barrels from the ship, just a barrel that fell out of the debris, and its top is off.
Here, supper.
You hear a bark come from the inside of the ship.
So he's not in the barrel rolling towards me then.
Right.
Oh. Then I step to this. Well, I'm invisible, so the barrel can't see me.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit longer. So I step to the side, and then I pull off my hat, and then I stick my hand in and pull Hootie out by his feet. And as the barrel rolls past, I have Hootie fly and look in it, and I look through Hootie's eyes to see what's in the barrel.
It is empty.
Oh. That's disappointing.
Yeah. So give me so what happens is this barrel is like slowly rolling towards you. and it comes to a stop just past you. As it's passing you, you give a side glance to it, and you see scratch marks on the inside of the barrel. It looks like nail scratches inside that barrel.
Well, I'm not dropping invisibility then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, I pull out my ink.
Yeah.
For my ink pen.
Okay.
And I throw it as hard as I can into the barrel.
Okay. All right.
Trying to make it splash.
Okay. Yeah. You throw this glass well into the barrel and it explodes, and ink goes everywhere inside the barrel.
Does it outline anything?
Nope.
I was sure. Being somebody who goes invisible a lot.
Yeah.
You know. I was hoping I had like a bag of flour.
Now those scratch marks are more defined.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I can take paper and like get the scratch prints for matching.
Perfect. So is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So
but
you-
I use mage hand so I don't get ink all over myself.
Yeah. So after you're done making this print, you take a brief glance at it, and it looks like a teleportation, like what would be written for a teleportation scroll. And you feel as if what the scroll you're holding now has teleportation, like magic on it.
Interesting.
Yes.
I was thinking about learning how to do that.
You should save that barrel.
Just looking at it after making your print, the nail scratches are very intricate.
Now, does it appear to be like a teleport or a teleport circle?
A teleport.
Okay, because they're different things,
Yeah, a teleport.
which is one I was going to learn.
So, Kinian, you're still giant-sized. And so you're running through the city still, probably? I mean, this dragon you can see is dropping out of the air. What do you want to do?
I continue to pursue the dragon. And I'm, running through the streets, and if I see anybody emerging, I'm all like huge size, and I'm like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, there's like people like starting to lean out their doors and like looking out to see if it's all clear. You and Manette are.
Oh, I'm going to the tower.
Yeah, that's
and,
exactly-
there's
And I
rescue
imagine I can
things that
still
need to be-
see Manette.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You can see Manette, and he's making pretty good pace because I mean he's flying as a bird flies. So it takes you longer to get to the tower though because you're weaving in these alleyways and streets.
I'm probably leaving footprints behind too.
Oh yeah, and like I think that's more what it is. Like you're brushing up against buildings and knocking like the siding of the buildings off and stuff like that. You guys make your way to the Moongleam Tower, or the rubble of it, and Manette, you reach it first. The dust is still settling from the plume it sends up. You see a lot of what you presume to be harpers using spells and whatever magic items they have to move as much rubble as possible. They're trying to get to their fellows inside the tower.
I don't have any of those things. Like, my spells are not suited towards...
Sure. You do have the belt, though.
I do have the belt, and I would be... You know what I can do? I can enlarge myself and use the belt to really help out with that.
Describe how you help out, Manette.
Well, I'd be actually the size of most other people.
Yeah.
I mean, I just become medium-sized, but with the belt of giant strength that I've got, I'm sure that I'm among the strongest people there, so I go for, the bigger spots, move around
absolutely.
more often, and just help out where things are getting difficult.
Yeah, you're picking these boulders up like that look a lot like throwing boulders. Like they're just so big, and you're moving them off to the side. And I need you to give me a roll. Do a perception first.
My favorite. 8. Gotta get that training, yo.
Yeah. So you're digging through this rubble, and Kinian comes up, and you're digging through this rubble, and you start hearing Corwin shouting through a hole that you just pulled a big boulder from.
Goody.
Help! Help!
Do you keep pulling these boulders off?
As long as it seems safe.
Well, would you like to do some investigation to double check?
I'd love to.
Okay.
26.
When you were listening before, you didn't quite notice it, but how these boulders are situated, they've created kind of an archway of sorts, like a dome, and the boulder that is most obvious to you seems to be the keystone, and that was the one you were going to grab at until you decided to investigate this situation. You think that with you, Kinian, and one of the other strong harpers that are around, you might be able to pull these off in a way that you can maybe reach in and pull Corwin out.
Okay.
He seems pinned by the hands.
That seems bad.
How big are these rocks from the tower?
Big.
Because I imagine at this point, my hands, me being huge
true.
size,
Yeah.
that I can lift something incredibly sizable and just produce a reinforcement from Minette, essentially.
Yeah, so because you're giant size,
Yeah.
these would be the equivalent of like a soccer ball or a basketball in your hands.
Just palm them.
Yeah, so you could palm 2 of these.
So I turn to Minette, and I'm like, what do you want me to do?
I explain what we need to do in order to do this efficiently and safely.
I'm going to grab them as he suggests, but I'm also going to, like, hold my arms like this. I'm going to try to, like, brace along it as well. So I can pinch with my arms.
Okay,
My
so
forearms.
so describe this a little better. Are you like you're reaching over the entire dome type thing and pinching the keystone?
So it's an arch.
Yeah.
And I'm holding my hands kind of under the arch and grabbing both sides of the rocks. So think of it like the inside of my elbows. So I'm like hugging along the line.
Sure. I'll go with that.
Do you want me to do some intelligence?
Yes, please.
Because I'm super smart.
Roll lucky.
A1.
Oh no.
But
You totally understand what Minette just told you.
But I'm inspired. So I roll again. Before Minette kills Gideon. A 4.
You
Much smarter.
4 times smarter.
4 times at least. Yeah, you completely understand. All you need to do is brush the boulders away.
It's not a very detailed, technical type of.
So this other strongman Harper is up, and he's working with you guys, and you start to pull them apart. Let's do athletics.
I rolled pretty terrible. 18.
An 18. That's
gosh.
terrible.
That was a lot.
8.
Ooh. Okay.
So rough.
Okay. So here's what happens. You guys are moving these boulders, and Kinian, completely understanding exactly what Minette says, just grabs the boulders and pulls them out, while trying to like brace out the other ones. I think because you described it as like trying to brace the other ones with your forearms,
Like a trench.
Yeah. I think the keystone is still falling, but Minette, you're able to attempt to do a dex check to see if you can catch this keystone.
12.
Yeah, I think you're able to catch this boulder. And Corwin's in front of you, and the strongman Harper goes in from underneath your armpit and pulls Corwin out. You can see his hands are just mangled from this boulder falling on him.
He doesn't need those for anything. Magic doesn't rely on hands at all.
You see underneath him in this clearing that the dome was kind of covering up are broken teleportation sigils. and he says, I was helping get people out. They didn't all make it. They didn't all make it. And then he passes out, I would think. Seeing his hands, I think he's had a long enough day.
Sure.
I think he needs to nap.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
I don't know how exactly that will help with his hands, but it'll help.
At least staunch the bleeding.
Sure.
I don't know that it repairs the hands, but it definitely makes sure that he doesn't bleed out from his wounds.
I'd like to look over other sections and basically see if anything's precarious to see if I can reinforce it. Like, basically, are there parts of the tower that are still going to fall?
Yes, I think there are, but how it looks is, I mean, you've got a big dragon body in the middle of all of this, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it, if it does fall, would not be inward, it'd be outward, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you like, you can try to stabilize it somehow, maybe with some of the nearby trees or something like that.
No, I'm thinking more of just to buy time if people are still trying to evacuate.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't plan on helping repair this tower at this point. This beyond my engineering understandings.
Yep.
It's more of helping people get out if possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be something easy for you guys to do.
Okay.
So, yeah, and you're tall enough that you're able to lean up against a portion of this tower and hold it out, and 10 or so people run between your legs, fleeing from one of the windows that are at ground level now.
Hey, Alan.
Yeah.
Can I make a history check?
Yeah.
And this is in regards to roughly a third of towns have kobold infestations.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember if Everlund is one that does or not.
Okay.
And that is at a 8.
So with an 8, you don't recall there being an infestation. Mm-hmm. Or at least not one that you know of.
Okay.
And you certainly don't see any kobolds running around. While you guys are cleaning up this mess, is there anything you guys want to do here?
I'm keeping an eye on the dragon, and whenever somebody is approaching it, I roar.
You roar at them? Okay. That's your kill.
It's exactly when I'm roaring, that's my kill. Stay away.
Hey, now.
You helped.
You helped. So, cutting back over to Tin and Keo.
Because we totally would have seen that falling over.
Yeah, oh yeah, you guys...
Yeah.
You would have heard it, too.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But before we completely get back to them, I would have communicated with them and say, hey, if you guys are not, busy with the ship, the tower is fucked up at this point. We need help over here.
Okay. On that, Keo, are you still invisible?
It would wear out.
Okay.
Before we got too far.
Okay. Bond's flying over after retrieving his staff. His knuckles look a little bloody. He's in full angelic form, and he says, Keo, can you haste me real quick? Please?
I guess. I kind of hate that I have to give up a 4th level spell slot to cast a 3rd level spell. So this haste, because it's cast at a higher level, not only is he moving faster, but little wings appear on his ankles.
Perfect. Bong looks at you, Keo, and he says, you want to ride?
I've never rode a Bond before.
This is your option right now.
I scurry up, not being careful about where I put my feet.
Yep. And so you're on his back or whatever, right?
And I point the glass staff forward. The end of it glows, and I go, Excelsior!
He turns to shout into the ship. He says, Tin, are you coming?
Have I freed Nymeria yet?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You are just cutting the last rope.
I'll cast a quick healing word on her.
Okay.
And then, seeing that she can probably handle her own now that she's freed, I'll go with them.
Okay. Bond takes the skies and he just rockets off over to the tower. So after a little bit, you guys show up and you see Minette and Kinyan just kind of policing the area, I would think. Still making sure that people are getting out of the tower. You guys get a feel for the situation, Kinyan and Minette, and you believe that you're getting down to like the last few people here. Something that you see, Tin and Kyo, as you guys are making your way, there's large swaths of the city that are completely entombed in ice. Bell Market is entombed in ice, and the Elder Hall, or the Hall of Elders, is glazed over with ice. Only like half of it, and definitely like the bell tower on it. And there's other parts of the city that are also iced over.
Is that something that fire spells can take care of?
After a while, yes.
After a while, okay.
I tap the ring as I'm basically playing at the tower, trying to help people out, and I communicate to Tin. I'm saying, Tin, has the ice in the river started to cause flooding in the town?
Yes.
I say as much.
Yeah, when you were leaving, it was starting to get high.
We need to take care of that ice.
I have control water still. Up to 10 minutes of concentration, 300 feet range. So I'll cast it now, I guess, since it lasts for 10 minutes, as long as I don't do anything else. I can flood, which I don't want, part water, redirect flow, or do whirlpool.
So, over this time of getting the Moongleam Tower all like situated and kind of settled down, it's probably been about 30 minutes, maybe.
At this point, I would have my invisible butler out.
Mm-hmm. Unseen servant.
Yeah, my unseen servant. Oh, and have him helping me.
Okay.
So I can control a cube up to 100 feet on a side.
Nice.
So
that is awesome.
You could make like a water wall where the river enters the town and cause it to flow over into the fields.
I could part the seas if I wanted to.
But what about the D's? Or the E's? That's terrible.
So with control water, are you able to freeze it too?
No.
Okay. It's just move it. You can't change its state, but you can move it.
I can flood, but we're not doing that, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, I can create a trench, moving water apart, and
Okay.
it would remain until the spell ends or I choose a different effect.
Okay.
I can cause the flowing water to move in a direction I choose, even if it has to go up walls, over obstacles, etc. Once it moves beyond the spell area, though, it resumes its flow based on terrain.
Okay.
When she says that the water's starting to become an issue,
Uh-huh.
I abandon the tower and I run back to the river with my axe.
Okay.
To start hacking at ice.
You know what I'm going to do, though?
While you do what you do.
You're running towards the ice. I thought
Yes,
you were running towards the water.
I'm going to try to break the
Yeah.
ice up
Okay.
Bond's flying with you.
with her.
I have a better solution.
What?
Wall of fire.
Do it up.
Ooh. So
Yeah, but I thought you had said that fire would only work after a long time.
yes.
But a wall
But
of
we're gonna
fire
try to
would be a
break it up.
sustained
Oh, okay.
Yep.
thing of
Sustained
fire.
heat.
It's not like a fireball where it's just a blast
I'm
of
gonna-
heat.
Right.
Put the flame side on down.
Okay. Minette, is there anything you wanted to do while you guys are still at Moongleam? Otherwise,
Find Palami.
okay. So give me a I think investigation would be proper.
Kidnapped by the Viper.
31.
Holy fuck.
Plus 13, yo.
Jesus.
He really wants to find her.
Yeah. So,
He's on it.
So, I think you definitely find her. You are searching through the rubble, and you come upon the broken body of Palami.
Are you shitting me?
No.
So, these teleportation glyphs, are they ruined?
They seem to be currently.
So, in an effort to comfort Minette, I give him one of my 300 gold piece diamonds. You know, that I have the 3 diamonds that are specifically for resurrecting people. I understand that it's been more than a minute.
Yeah.
But it's the least I can do. You know, because I'm pretty sure he's crying.
Yeah. I think, I don't know how close everybody has gotten, but I think Minette and Palami have at least grown quite the friendship.
We've cross-trained each other in our own skills, so yeah, tiny bit close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend as much time as it takes to clear off all of the teleportation symbols.
Okay.
Like that. I will not be distracted by anything aside from clearing those off.
Okay, so I think Keo, you walk over to give Minette like the diamond,
and I just kind of leave it by his feet.
Yeah, and he is working feverishly, clearing these sigils away. And you look, and it's almost like a madman, right? Like on a mission, and you know just to leave him.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, and yeah, poor one now.
Like, this legitimately hurts.
I know
right now.
I know.
I'm
Isn't
not
D&D
happy.
super fun?
I don't trust you right now. You killed my friend.
Get away
Well,
from me.
technically, you killed your friend.
No, it was the dragon. It was the dragon.
Oh god, that one hurt.
I just twisted the knife there.
Yeah.
So Keo, you hop on Bond's back.
Yeah.
And
That's my new favorite form of transportation.
Absolutely,
Especially
I think
since
so.
my broom's tied up right now.
Yep. And you 4 head to the ice dam, which is, by the time you get there, it is flooding up into Bell Market, because this is a pretty well-flowing river. I think it's flowing pretty good outward. I would think that the bridges, these arched wooden bridges that span over the river, I think the river is starting to crest up to the apex, like the bottom part of that bridge. There's quite the flow that's moving outward.
Question for you.
Yes.
On this east end, there's
Yes.
what looks to be a bridge, but it's a decidedly different style than the one in the south.
Yes.
Is that a dam?
No, that is a bridge. It is the Dwarven Bridge.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
Yep.
It's
So
because it's
probably-
shorter than the other bridges, right?
Yeah, that's why.
It's probably badass craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Where was the wall of fire set up?
Well, it hasn't been set up yet.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
getting there. Although
I'm-
I could do it at a double range.
To quote a great DM I know, I go hamburgers with my great axe,
Okay.
chipping into the ice.
Yeah. I think at this point the the ice is pretty well. I don't know if it's underwater, but you're not going to be dry. Let's put it that way. So you're chipping away at this ice, and it is remind you it is winter. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you're working
for
at the ice.
days.
Yeah, for days.
For days. 20?
Oh yeah. It's super cold, but you're you're just going to town. The amount of effort you're putting into breaking up this ice is warming the critical parts.
And with every swing and stroke that I make at the axe, my the flames have actually left my hair at this point and are trailing down my back.
Nice.
So the end of the freezing actually happens near where our ship was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So think about it like this: the freezing goes.
From the ship to Ball Market to Elder's Hall?
The dragon dived into the river right next to where that footbridge is. On the south end. So for the listeners, there's a bridge that's crossing the river, and I would say about 300 feet downriver is where the boat was. So there's a big swath of ice.
I would urge Bon to the furthest upriver point of the ice, and that is where I would find something. I would turn my head sideways.
Okay.
And then find something to put the wall of fire on that is a foot wide next to it. So then it comes out 20 feet and heat goes 10 feet down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing a wall off a wall.
Okay.
So I'm over in Bell Market area because that looks to be pretty flat, open area.
Yep.
And awesome thing, Wall of Fire is not concentration. So I will use my second to last spell, 4th level spell slot to cast Wall of Fire in the Bell Market area. And then my last 4th level slot is to do Control Water. And basically my intention is where I position myself,
Wall of Fire's concentration.
No, it's not. It is?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I guess I could do that for a minute, and then after some melting, I'll do Control Water. And then my intention is to position myself where my Control Water spell can control the river a little bit, as well as the water that has melted from the Bell Market area.
Okay.
So that I can redirect it all to the river and make sure that the rising river water doesn't flood in.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'm down with that. That definitely happens. How long does your wall of fire last?
A minute, I think.
Yeah, it only lasts a minute, but what I'm trying to do is use the heat from it to basically, first off, since this is where the water is entering the iced area, I'm trying to dump as much heat into the water, so the water hopefully helps melt trench further.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to basically alleviate things a bit by channeling down.
Okay.
And I would continue on with that if I had the spell slots, but I don't. So
I think that definitely works in your advantage. So what you guys are doing, I think with you trying to carve out kind of a trench in the ice, right?
Yeah.
And
that's the idea.
with Kinian cutting into this ice, I think eventually Kinian, with all this going on, give me a strength check with your weapon. So make an attack.
So keep in mind, every swing I do is 3d12.
Okay.
And I'm great weapon mastering it.
Yeah.
So every stroke is probably averaging about 50 damage from a damage perspective.
Yep.
And I'm going hamburgers, like I said. So that would be a great weapon attack, which would be... Yeah, I'm going to hit every time.
Yeah.
if we want to get destructive, I could light the docks on fire and control flames.
Oh, shit.
We've got control flame.
45 damage on that swing.
I think at a certain point, the wall of fire goes out, and not too long after it goes out, you see Kinian just methodically, you've hit a rhythm, right, with your stride. Like you're just like chunk, 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 and at a certain point you hit it and it splits. This like iceberg of a frozen area starts to split and crack. The water starts moving through it, and you think after a good long while, probably more than 24 hours, everything will start going back to normal.
I start pushing on half of the iceberg.
Okay. Okay, so you're like trying to pull it apart?
Push it out of town.
Oh.
If I put a split in it and I've heard a crack, I'm
Yeah.
going to start trying to push it using the river and my momentum. Just like digging deep and pushing it.
How tall are you? A giant height, right?
Yeah, and I was tall beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say this, like I think in certain points of this river it's kind of shallow for you, at least, to the point where you could get in the river and it'd be like up to your shoulders almost, and you can get behind this frozen area to push. I like that idea. Yeah, so you guys have split this and you're starting to push it. Tin and Keo, how are you guys assisting in any other ways? Do you guys have anything you can do? Bond's trying to do as much as he can.
I cast magic missile at the ice.
Some additional force.
Yeah.
No.
So Kenyon, you're pushing in this river in the shallow area, and mind you, you're about 18 feet tall. So this river is coming up pretty high on you, and give me an athletics.
We can assume that I'm blowing all my rage charges.
Yeah.
And flames are just like shooting off of me.
Oh yeah, and I think the water around you is starting to get warm, and like up by your neck, it's starting to like bubble.
19.
Yeah, 19. You crack this ice completely, and it's starting to shift forward. Keo, you're seeing this ice that you're working on starts moving downward, and I think it's starting to move forward. After it hits a pinch point, where one side is trying to like turn the wrong way. Give me another athletics check to see if you can unwedge it.
Sure. Because my goal is to basically just push half of it out of town.
Yep.
And then it'll free up the river.
Exactly.
That's a little bit better. 28.
28. Yeah. So you're able to break this pinch point, and the swell of river that's behind you now is starting to like really push things along, and then it slows down. It's still kind of high, but everything seems like it's starting to move downriver now.
I get out of the water at this point and let the rage fall, so I realize that I'm probably scaring people.
Yeah.
If I'm 18 feet tall and on fire and walking through town.
Yeah, so you get out of this river, and like your boots and stuff like that you've got on are starting to harden from cold air, freezing your damp clothes and stuff like that. I think at that point, a young boy who is dressed in very fine clothes finds you all. Are you guys the Order of the Obsidian Flame?
I press to digitize an obsidian flame. You mean this flame?
Oh, I'll take that as a yes. The town elders, they request your presence within the next couple hours.
Okay.
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 I repeat myself.
Yeah.
We agreed to
Lower.
those terms.
All right. I'll let them know. Obviously it's the Hall of Elders. Okay. Yeah. I really gotta go now. Bye.
I walk back to the tower and grab the chain and start to pull the dragon. I pull it away from the rubble. I mount the dragon and blow the conch.
Holy shit.
I would be going to check up on Minette again.
If it's possible for me to have cleared off most of the teleportation circles, at this point, I might try and call 10 and have her try and show up and help Corwin.
Okay.
To see if he can be
Of some use?
Yeah.
Okay.
to either repair the teleportation circles, and if that all happens before Kinian gets back and disappears with the dragon, I might want to go see the giants as well.
Okay.
I don't know what teleportation they're capable of, but they seem to have better handles of it right now.
Right. So I think it's they're already working on getting back to you, and they're about halfway to you when you come over the ring, calling for Tin. When you guys reach there, you see this mahogany skinned wizard who is passed out from his wounds. His hands are like completely mangled. They look like boulders fell on him, and they are crushed.
I give Minette kind of a there, and I let him know that I won't let anyone eat his loved one.
And I'm assuming
Going
at this point I also see that Palami is dead.
Yeah, I think so. Where would you have placed Palami's body? Would you have moved it or just cleared the area around it?
Cleared the area.
Okay.
And so then I begin to stand guard.
Okay, so Kyo's like standing guard on top of what I would think like would look like a crater of rubble around this gnome body, and he's standing up there with his glass staff and stoic face. Maybe like a single tear rolls down your snout.
So I walk up and I turn to Minette and say, I think I could heal her tomorrow. So DM, this will be up to you. One of my 5th level spells is Raise the Dead. As long as the person has been dead no less than 10 days, they can be brought back.
I think, doesn't that become zombie though?
No.
No?
Oh.
Nice.
Also, once I get next level, I'll be able to resurrect anyone who's not been dead for over 99 years. But, so I don't know if you would want to have some sort of handicap type thing happen. Because I know in the rules, you've got -4 to like all your attack and ability checks, and then every short rest it reduces by 1. But since Palami's an NPC, I don't know if you'd want to do like personality stuff.
Yeah,
or...
we'll see. Okay.
Because I can put that on my spell list for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tin's never cast it before, so
But she knows.
She's not like bragging, like, "Oh yeah, I'll totes be able to do this." But...
Right. She does know that there's it's intensive, and it requires quite the materials.
It takes a full hour to cast.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's 500
GP worth of
diamonds?
a diamond worth 500 GP.
I've got 300, and Minette now has 300. So we've got 600 GP worth. Does it need to be a single?
You need a jeweler, yeah. So you'd have to find a one, but it's a pretty big town,
It's a big town, yeah.
I have an idea. We need to put the 2 diamonds next to each other. Mend.
If you break, it's like grafting, only with diamonds. You break one side on one of them and break another side on the other, and then you put them together and mend them.
Well, what you want to do is break a little side off each side.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Break the other one in half, mend.
Mm-hmm.
You get.
But yeah, I mean, if there's
just
a
try to chip
shop,
off
if there's a shopkeep tomorrow, or even if not, we could travel somewhere else.
Kinian flat out disappears with the dragon.
Okay.
And reappears 30 seconds later.
Oh, I wanted to get a scale from it.
Okay. He just leaves the dragon there and no explanation.
Like a cat.
Yes.
Oh God. Okay. Here you go, Kinian. I assume you would probably head the charge. So roll on the treasure hoard table.
How many rolls are we doing on this treasure hoard challenge 5 to 10?
Just one roll.
Just one roll.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And it determines, and then you determine from that.
Am I lucky enough, or should it be someone
99
else?
get.
Does somebody really want to roll the percentage die?
I
don't.
killed it.
Damn.
You killed the tower.
85.
Nice.
Solid.
All right. Solid number. It's got two digits in there. I like it.
Please roll 3d6.
6, 5, and 2. So 11. Or 13.
You found 13 gems worth 50 gold pieces. We also need to roll a d4, please.
My D4 is usually pretty hot.
Roll good.
2.
2 items from table F.
Come on, placebo die.
7.
A weapon +1.
Nice.
I mean, that's not bad. Plus 1 weapon.
97.
Yeah.
A
Nice.
quiver of Ilona.
Ooh.
Yolana.
Ilana.
Wait, is that the one that you can put like big staffs and stuff in?
It's extra storage quiver.
And then, let's say the weapon is a. You know, it's actually thematic. I would say you find a bow and a quiver together. Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking the quiver. It can hold 18 javelin. It's mine.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to keep this really short. I really want to give a big shout out to Incompetech.com. Kevin has helped us out a ton. He hooked us up with the intro and outro music and stuff like that. He also has a ton of music over at his website, Incompetech.com. It's absolutely fantastic. Go check them out. If you love the show and you've got something to say about it, comment. Please leave a comment. Go to YouTube or iTunes or wherever you're getting this podcast from and leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you liked about the episode. What was your favorite part? What is your favorite character? Things like that. You can even bring the conversation over to Twitter. Hit us up at DM's Table and use the hashtag #RollWithAdvantage. We'll be there with a high five or a fist bump, and we'll ask you your favorite color. Yeah. If you want to help out the show financially, keep the lights on and such, go check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/RollWithAdvantage. Go check that out. We have very reasonably tiered subscriptions that gets you access to like the Tome of Epido and future one-shot episodes with the cast and crew that are exclusive only to you guys, the patrons. Thanks for listening. Let's get back to the show now. Minette, you've cleared this teleportation area. Your hope was to get Corwin coherent?
Yeah.
I can cast Cure Wounds on him too.
Okay. So I think at this point he's waking up. He's still in an extreme amount of pain, and I don't think he's capable of casting anything that requires hands. But I think he can definitely like walk you through what needs to be done to prep the area. And there's definitely wizards around. So I mean, he holds like a stable of apprentices, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's got some star apprentice.
Someone should be capable of of doing more than what I am able to do.
Yeah. So I think with a healthy amount of time, you guys are able to set it up. It's gonna take about a day for his apprentice to re-enchant these sigils. Just because of the effort needed for how many sigils there are and stuff like that, and how strong the magic needs to be.
Not wanting to just sit and accept that things can happen in the next day. Minette does not want to just sit and wait.
Understandable.
Yeah, he asks Kinian to take him to Maelstrom. Yeah, I want to go talk to the giants and see if they have more immediate teleportation ability for us.
I hold it with a conch, and it's massive. Anybody else want to come? I'm going to be drinking.
Okay, I'm going to come. If you're going to be drinking.
I'm not going to come because I said I was going to guard the body.
Okay. Bon says that he's going to stay with Kyo, and says, well, maybe me and Kyo can go talk to the elders while you guys are gone.
I'm not going to talk to the elders. I'm going to stand there, and and I say to myself, I got this, Mom.
I reach down and put my hand on the ground because I'm not sure how.
Yeah.
Last one, I mounted the dragon. I'm like, do I have to? Oh yeah, and then we're gone.
So you guys appear, and on the teleportation sigil inside of Maelstrom, the blue and purple is surrounding you with the bioluminescent algae, and there's a giant dead dragon in this greeting hall, and it's bleeding. It's bleeding all over.
The nice tile floor. Whatever.
Yeah. It's bleeding all over the really nice coral marble.
And the coral marble's cracking from the frozen.
Yeah, exactly. The blood's actually running into the nearby water pool, and it's starting to freeze the top of that water pool. You guys are now in Maelstrom. There doesn't seem to be a giant here yet checking out the carcass. I don't think Kinyan would have grabbed anybody, but more of just dropped it off and bounced back.
Yeah.
So
30 seconds.
That's exactly what I did.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush to the Queen's chambers.
Okay.
And well, I mean, there's probably guards.
Oh
but
yeah.
I'm gonna slow walk
Okay.
because I'm feeling like
A badass.
badass at this point.
Okay. And
It was clearly, me hitting it with the crossbow that sent it on its death course.
I killed it.
I'm gonna follow at Kenyan's pace.
Okay.
I continue guarding
Are
the
you
body.
still giant?
He is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For the next day.
So I have to
he's
jog a little bit, but
yeah, he's taking the outer ring of the spiral staircase that's going up, and Minette, you rush up the stairs, making it to the guards, and they say, "Hold there."
I need to see Queen Sarissa.
The one opens the door and he says, "My queen, there's a gnome here. Does he have a gun?"
What's a gun?
Yeah, what's a gun? He looks back and he looks at you, and he yells back through the door. He says, "There's a large metal stick on his back." She says, "Let him in." And you enter this throne room. You see Queen Sarissa is sitting on top of the dragon skull throne, and it's floating in the air. She's got this necklace with this scepter hanging from it. It looks like a scepter, anyways. And to the right of her sits the former king Hikatan, and her uncle sits to the left.
Our uncle?
Yes.
Have we been introduced to him yet?
You have, but he was of Uther, I think.
Okay. Queen Sarissa, I need your assistance. A friend of mine has been killed, and I need to get her to someone who can raise her from the dead as soon as possible.
Well, most certainly. We have very little means to teleport around the world. Where do you need to go?
Any major city should have someone on hand. Waterdeep or...
I might be able to get you close to Waterdeep. Give me a moment. And she rushes back to her room directly behind her, and you hear this clanging as she's feverishly going through her things, and she comes back with a giant sized scroll, and she says, "I believe this will do the trick. Just be careful. It brings you in near the mountainous regions around the city.
How far away might that be?
No more than 50 miles.
See, to giants, that doesn't seem that far.
Right, exactly, yeah.
I mean, I could cast wind walking with my prayer beads.
I don't think that would help with the body we'd have to take along with us,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
How long in travel time is 50 miles? I'm not certain how...
That's actually, that's a couple days.
And our ship's jacked.
Yeah. Like, an average walking pace in real life's like 3 miles an hour. So,
Sure.
50
Sounds like
miles would
it'd
take
be-
you like 2 days on a horse.
It'd be quicker to just wait for tomorrow in Everlund.
Yeah. Hearing that and knowing what I know of Waterdeep, that's not good enough. If that's the best you can do, then I'll have to continue searching for other means.
I am very sorry for not being able to help you. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. I really wish we could help.
I appreciate that you offered, and I know that you would have done what you could. But I'll keep searching. Oh, and Kenyon left you a dead dragon.
Yes, I received it. It's disturbingly mangled, without skin.
There's another one apparently.
What?
Yeah. Down in your reception area where you teleport in. It's big.
Is this gonna become a thing?
I hope not. But I can't control Kenyon, and I hope you understand that.
She says, she looks over to Hikatan, and he says,
Well, at least we'll eat good.
and she says, okay.
You might want to go clean up. It's sort of freezing shit down there.
Oh no!
It's a
another
white. It's a white dragon.
Oh.
It's probably the parent of the one that was brought.
He's savage.
Well, I mean, he was attacking the new one attacked the town we were in, probably provoked by the death of its child. So, you know.
You all be careful out there.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarissa! And I stumble in with my conch
Yeah.
full of beer.
Yeah, like a giant form. Like
Yes.
I think you like push past the guards,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, stop!" And you're like, "Get the fuck out my way!"
Gotta see my woman.
And I'm like, I brought you a gift. These are great. And I hold up in the air a giant, like a huge sized legendary potion of giant size. These things are amazing. I gotta get some more. And then I tuck it away in my pack in front of Minette.
She says, well, unfortunately, we don't have any more. My mother was the one who used to brew those potions, and unfortunately, I believe it was her recipe was lost with her.
I'm gonna need that potion when you return to normal size.
What? And you see me like drunkenly like spill some beer as I like instinctively like cover my pack.
Yeah.
No.
You want more, don't you?
Yes.
Then I'm going to need that one.
Oh.
I'm assuming, because I was following behind Kenyon, I'm assuming the guards have kind of given up and they just kind of let me walk in shortly behind Kenyon.
Yeah, they're
just
We're
kinda like-
starting to become regulars here.
Well, but the guards didn't recognize us. But point being, you and Kenyon, and I was following Kenyon, so.
Yep.
Plus, I'm not giant-sized.
Right. Yeah. You
slipped
you
it in
flow under the
unnoticed.
radar. So.
So I lean against the wall and I start like wiggling my eyebrows a little bit at Sarissa.
Are you attempting to seduce her?
I think I am.
Charisma?
At least you have eyebrows and not a unibrow.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
That's a. she looks at you. She
That's
goes,
about right.
Are you having a reaction to the potion?
No. I'm sorry. Manette, did you get the information you needed?
Yes. Unfortunately, we need to seek other means.
Oh. I'm going back to the bar. And I just start walking away.
Hello, Sarissa.
Hi.
Would you by chance have a diamond that is worth about 500 GP that you would be willing to give to us?
That we could purchase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I could trade you diamonds.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay. She brings you back to the treasury, the royal treasury, and she finds a diamond that size.
Would I be able to buy 4 diamonds off of her for 2,000 GP?
Yes.
Cool, thanks. I'm doing that. Because I've got a crap ton of money that I never spend.
Yeah, money's no object for you guys right now.
Not to mention party funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even without party funds, I've got a decent amount of money that I mean, feeding my Mary is really cheap now that I buy pigs for her, so.
Right.
And Manette just made a killing off of me making a killing with you.
Is there anything else you guys want to do here? No?
No, I just wanted to drop off the dragon.
Okay. And drink a bunch?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're going to cut back to Keo and Bon. And Bon's like, hey Keo, are we gonna go to this thing or what?
I pull out my pipe
Okay.
and I do the.
Like you're lighting it up and then you're.
No, I do light it up.
Oh, you're puckering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm burning some sort of plant material in there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not too particular about it.
Shit, Shire Leaf?
It's just to, look thoughtful and wizardly.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell him that I can't go. I'm bound by honor to stay here. This is after I enthusiastically told him, yes, we'll be there, fine.
Yeah.
And I begin to draft a letter
Oh, okay.
to the elders.
Oh, you're writing a letter? Oh, maybe I can deliver it. I don't want to talk to them alone, but I can drop it off until everybody gets here. Maybe explain that we might be late?
Yes, I explain about Palami being late and how that causes me not to. And I offer that if they wish to come to the tower, that they can meet here, but I can't go to them because I'm standing in wake.
Okay.
And I do my best diplomatic language.
Mm-hmm.
I get it about 8% right.
How long are we gone?
You guys are probably gone no more than like 15 minutes.
Okay.
So by the time Keo's done scribing this scroll,
it is signed Prince Keo, chosen of the enclave,
nice
protector of the small.
Order the Obsidian Flame, don't forget.
TM. You guys
I use my very special signet ring.
I think Bon is flying away at this point. He's flying away with the scroll when you guys pop back with the conch. and some of the harpers are still cleaning up and stuff around you guys, and the apprentice that you were working with, Minette, he's taking a short respite, trying to collect his magic again and stuff, and he says to you guys, he says, this is some winter solstice, isn't it? Times of happiness, or that's what the season's supposed to be about. We're not supposed to experience this kind of loss.
I don't know. It's better than last winter.
What happened last winter?
I just look off into the distance.
1,000 yard stare. He stands up and he straightens his robes and he says, "Well, I better get back to it." And he starts casting again. What do you guys want to do?
We should
So-
go talk to the elders.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time Minette's hearing about talking with the elders, but
Yeah.
The idea occurs to Minette that resurrection or whatever means of, resurrection, obviously you're gonna do raise dead, whatever, that he knows that has
Consequences.
conditions to it.
Yeah.
Like the dead soul has to want to return.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to talk to Palami before they try
okay.
and raise her.
Okay.
So he brings that up as a new thing that he wants to do, which is also, it is a cleric spell to speak with dead. So
Nice. If
Yeah, no.
I know you don't have it prepared because you would not have that
We
prepared.
can have it prepared
Yeah.
tomorrow, and
Yep.
tomorrow can be a...
there's also churches here, so there's different sects that are in this city. There's mainly a church of
there's only one that matters, right?
right, yeah.
You just need to tell us if there's a Church of Lathander in this town.
I don't believe there is.
What about a church of, was it Curdleneck?
Definitely not.
Waterdeep would definitely have Thunder Church.
Oh yeah.
Waterdeep would have
They've got 'em
everything.
all.
Yeah.
Helm, Maliki, and Corlon. Oh, there's a Lotharian church too, which I assume is Lathander. So.
Well, Corellian, that's, he's the elf god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, so there is a church of Lathander here. So is that what you want to do? You want to go to Lathander, the first united Lathander church?
Unless other people want to tell me what's going on with the elders wanting to speak with us.
Isn't she Lathander Orthodox, though, not Reformed Church of Lathander?
Well, after all this time in the river, she might be a Baptist.
Yeah.
But, chick, how about we talk to the elders first, and then we can go find the church, temple,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
I've been preparing for the elders.
Fine, whatever. Minette is very much just kind of resigned to.
Okay. So, Tin, I think you and Kinian and Minette start heading that way. And you look back and Kyo's still standing watch over Palami.
Ever vigilant.
Ever vigilant. Is Kyo coming or no?
No, Kyo's doing for Palami what he couldn't do for his mother.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. I do want to say, Kyo does make a series of fires in a ring around to keep the body from getting too cold.
Okay, so you guys head off and you make it to Bell Tower or Bell Market, and you see inside in the marketplace there are some like wizards and stuff like that. Even some Litharian clergy are out and trying to melt the ice that is surrounding all these tents and stuff like that are in the Bell Market. And you see half of this Hall of Elders is frozen over, but you see at the gate that you guys, that at least Minette and others tried to enter before, you see that this gate is not frozen over and the guards are standing there. When you guys approach, the first thing they see is Kinian, and they're like looking at Kinian and looking at the doorways and looking at Kinian. When you get up to them, they say, "Are you guys? You're the Obsidian Flame, aren't you?"
Yes, we are.
Oh, thank you for saving our town. The elders, they've been waiting for you. Some guy with wings dropped off a letter not too long ago. He said you guys might be late. I don't know that your friend here is going to be able to get inside.
And who is he referencing?
Kinian, the 18-foot tall orc.
Bond flew over with the letter saying we'd be late.
Yeah. I know,
And I start talking normally. I'm like, is there a window for me to look in?
Oh my gosh.
I like how you make himself a little dumber too.
He says the Elders' Hall is inside the gates. I don't think you'll be able to look into it. Maybe you could help with the ice problem that's going on right now in the Bell Market.
We can fill you in when we're done, Kinian.
But I'm wearing my drinking hat. And then I'm just like stumble away and I try to slide on the ice.
Okay, so you guys are in the Hall of Elders. You enter this very large, I wouldn't call it a throne room. It's not a throne room. There is a large circular table with the center cut out. Five figures sit at this table around it, and you guys enter. It's just Tin and Minette, and you guys enter into the Hall of Elders. One of the guards in the room open a section of the table up and usher you into the center bit and close the table spot again. Going around the table, you see a aged human male who is in like a very fine armor. He looks battle weathered and looks kind of familiar to somebody that you might have met in the past. Next to him, around the table, you see a sun elf who looks magically inclined.
And smarmy?
And smarmy, yes. Okay. Yes, because it's a sun elf. And it's a high elf at that. Next to him is a female Shao woman who's dressed very finely. It has like formal makeup and stuff like that. Think of like Japanese culture in traditional garb.
What did you say?
Japanese.
No, like female Shao,
which is Asian equivalent.
Like SHOU, I think is how they spell it.
Yep. And then a shield dwarf sits next to her. It's a male shield dwarf. He looks well-to-do. He's got many rings on his fingers. He's on
his toes.
Yeah, he wears very fine robes and very clean kept hair. It's pulled back and the hair is kind of graying, and his beard is long. Next to him is a female human who is the most humble dressed. She looks like she's wearing common clothes. She isn't homely looking, but she is not. She doesn't look like she's of money. It's the dwarf that greets you.
Hello, we are the elders of this town, and we want to formally thank you, the Order of the Obsidian Flame, for saving our town. Thank you.
And they all like bow their head at the same time.
We accept your thanks.
Minette just sort of grumbles. Not everybody was saved.
He says,
That's not loud enough for
Yeah,
him to
yeah.
hear. It's
Yep.
very much under his breath.
Yep. He says,
With our thanks, we would like to extend our gratitude. We have it on good authority that your ship has been damaged in the battle,
Yes.
and we would like to offer to repair the ship whatever way we can. It will take some time, but in this part, we hate to ask of you. Our defenses are thoroughly damaged, and it will take several days before we can regain our strength to defend our town. We ask that maybe you stay for a few days at least to help protect our town until we can mount a good enough defense in case any orcs or of that sort might try to attack our walls.
I think that is more than a fair trade if you guys are going to help repair our ship.
We appreciate it very much.
the Sun Elf starts talking, and he says, we would like to also make you guests of honor at tonight's winter solstice event. Even with these tragic times, we believe that it's still a good idea to continue on with the plans. And we think inviting you as our guests of honor may help with the town's morale.
I turn to Minette.
Minette is seriously just kind of shut down at this point. He's there, but he's not.
He's not there.
He's not
Okay.
paying attention.
Well, one of our companions was gravely injured. So I don't know if we're all in the celebrating mood tonight. I will let my companions who are not here know. I will extend that offer to them, but I don't know if we will be showing up or not.
Understood. Please send word with your decision. It will affect how the night's plans are executed.
Okay, yeah, I can let you know in a little bit. I can
We-
have a message sent.
And the commoner that's there, she says, I think what our high mage is trying to say is we are sorry for your potential loss, it sounds like. Please feel free to visit one of our clerics in town if you don't have the means to help your companion out.
I just thanked her with a smile.
The woman says, is there anything else that our town can do for you?
No, honestly, repairing the ship is a huge help for us. I know you won't be able to do it overnight, but I would not undervalue that at all.
It's the least we can do. I think that's all the business that we have for you. Let us know if there's anything we can do in the future, and we'll do our best to accommodate.
Understood. When do you need to know our decision for tonight?
Before sunset.
Okay.
You've probably have a couple hours left before
Okay.
sunset. The guard opens the leaf in the table again, and he just kind of points his hand out and kind of ushering you out. And I think all of the table stands and does their culture's salute to you guys, and whether it's a bow or like a fist to the chest and a nod or something like that, you feel very well thanked, I think, from this. The guards are very kind to you guys as you guys are leaving.
Oh crap, I should have asked for a place for us to stay tonight.
The guard who's walking you out, he says, if you're looking for a place to stay tonight, the Danavar house, that's a pretty good accommodations. They got really good food there. I would highly suggest it.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to suggest that we go to Kyo and bring Palami with us.
At this point, Harpers have come in, and they are bringing their dead, too. And we are playing funeral dirges.
Yeah, just bring her to, like a simple room or something, so she's not just out there all night.
Okay.
We could stop at a temple on the way to Danavar's house.
Yeah, Minette sort of wanders off after they leave the elder's house, and he's just looking for any establishment that, a cleric would potentially be at.
Oh, absolutely.
They might all be out amongst the town doing their own thing, so he's just kind
helping.
of looking for
a cleric.
And he's
A cleric that
a cleric
is
who's
not
prepared for
Right.
for such a ritual.
You find a cleric not far from the elders, the Hall of Elders, that is doing last rites over some unfortunate people that got caught up in the streets during the dragon attack. It's a female human with long gray hair. She's older.
Well, she seems to not be bringing them back, so that's not a very... I guess I would ask if she's capable of speaking with one who has passed on.
Okay. She turns to you after completing her last rites, and she's got like a green symbol of Maliki. She says, yes, I have the ability to communicate with the dead. Is there someone you need to talk to?
Someone close to me has died this night, and I need to speak with her spirit to see if she wants to be resurrected.
Okay. It's been kind of a long time since I've tried to do this, but yeah, absolutely. I can give it a shot. No problem. Where is the body?
At the tower.
I think it'd be easiest if we were near the body, seeing how she is deceased recently. So you take her back to Palami's body.
By the way, I just went back to Kyo and Palami. I kind of saw that Minette was in a weird headspace, and I wouldn't want to be going around looking for other clerics.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. What is Kinian doing?
Kinian is, looking over the quiver that he made off with in the ruins, feeling all super pirate-ish and like laughing a little bit as I'm taking my javelins and I'm stocking them in and I'm, putting arrows in it and stuff that seem incredibly small at this time, just kind of like dropping them in there. And I noticed that my javelin of lightning is missing. Takes me a minute to realize it, but I remember I used it at the Viper's Pit, so I head toward the Viper's Pit.
Okay. And you knock on the door. Tink, 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 flicking your finger at it.
Hello?
And the orc there says,
I think you're too big to get in here, friend.
Remember me? I was that invisible fighter.
I can't forget you, friend. What can I do for you?
And I get down on all fours. My spear. my lightning spear, my boomstick. I seem to have left it in your ceiling. I was wondering if you could fetch that for me.
Give me a second.
And he shuts the door, and it takes a few minutes. You hear the door open, and behind the door is the Viper, and he says,
Well, hello there, Kinian. I hear you might have lost something?
Yeah, I think I left my spear in your ceiling.
Nope. Haven't seen it.
What?
I haven't seen your spear.
A boomstick?
is that what you call it?
It's loud.
Nope. Never heard of it.
Can I come in? And I start reaching my arm in through the doorway.
No. Please, no. You could try coming back when you're smaller.
I start climbing onto the roof.
Get off my roof!
How much do you climb onto this roof?
I get like my left knee up on the roof.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I start trying to like rock myself up onto the roof.
Yeah. These shingles are starting to like fall off the roof as you're like trying to get up there. And he says,
Stop! These are... Stop! This is my place.
I don't stop.
Gosh. All right. You're making me do this.
need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
4.
You hear him, and he says, with a commanding voice, he says,
Stop, you brute!
and you feel compelled to stop. And he says,
Now, get off of my roof. Walk away.
I walk away.
so, back with Palami. The cleric is preparing herself, and is just kind of setting up what she needs to speak with the dead. And she says to you, she says, "Now, you're sure you want to do this? Some people find this to be awfully unnerving. Are you okay with this?"
I need to speak with her.
Oh, okay. She casts the spell, and when she does, she says, something's not right here. One second, and she like adjusts her stuff again, and she's like, okay, that's it. And she goes through the motions, and she casts again, and she says, one second. She's like analyzing everything, and she goes, "Let me go grab another cleric. Give me a few minutes. Give me like an hour max. I promise I'll be back." And she runs off. She comes back, and she's got a whole group of clerics.
Oh gosh.
And it's not Maliki clerics. It's every like sect that's in this town. And as she's walking up, she goes, you can just barely hear this. She says, I don't know what's wrong, but I did the spell correctly. Something's not right here. The most powerful, most devout looking cleric, a cleric of Helm, walks up and attempts to speak with dead. And she says the same thing, and she turns to you and she says, I'm sorry. Something something's wrong. It's not that the spirit isn't answering, there's nothing to answer. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. If you want to find out more about the show, go to dmstable.com. DM's Table's got blogs, information on our characters, and other cool nerdy stuff. Well, that's all for this week. See you out on the internet, everyone.